everyone, I'm Holley Somerville, reporting live for Stardust Entertainment, my own charity foundation I started when I was 8 to help the planet, people and animals in need. And now I'm supporting the Save the Ballina Koalas campaign. And today we're at the Koala Care Centre. And now we're going to talk to 3 very important people who will get us across what's happening in the campaign, and I'll let them introduce themselves. So over to you.
Thanks, Holly. My name's Jeff Johnson. I'm a councillor for Ballina Shire Council. This matter first came to my attention in November last year when the council received its report that was commissioned by the Office of Environment and Heritage from BioLink, which showed that Ballina has a nationally significant koala population that is threatened by the proposed Pacific Highway upgrade. There are many options for the upgrade to go, and the campaign is trying to convince the RMS and local politicians that this nationally significant koala population needs to be protected and they need to reconsider the route options. In April of this year, Ballina Council unanimously supported writing to the ministers and the RMS to call for a reconsideration of the highway routes. So we've got support from across the political spectrum, all wanting to protect this important population of koalas and over 30 other threatened or endangered species. And we're here today to promote that campaign and to get a good result to protect these koalas.
That's very good. Okay, over to you.
Hello, Holly. My name's Lorraine Bass and I'm President of Friends of the Koala. We're a community group here across the Northern Rivers, and we've been trying to conserve koalas on the Northern Rivers since about 1986. So we've been around for a long time, and I have to say we've had a very, very long interest in this highway upgrade. We tried very, very hard back in 2005 to present the case that the highway, in fact, would be far, far better by being where it is, just making it wider rather than going into the Blackwall Range.
Hello, Holly. I'm Steve Phillips, and I'm a research scientist and a specialist koala ecologist. I've been working, and I've been very lucky to have worked with koalas for nearly 40 years now, so that's most of my professional life. And I'm the author of the report. I have a consulting company called BioLink. From the perspective of someone who's worked with koalas for that period of time, I've just about seen everything that can go wrong with managing koalas, and roads, of course, are one of the big issues. And we all know, most people know, that koalas and roads don't get on. And so what we found during the work that we did for council was that this koala population in the Blackwall Ranges is probably one of the most significant koala populations north of the Richmond River. It's probably the ancestral population for lots of other smaller populations in the general area. The evidence we gathered said the population was not necessarily in really good nick, certainly not as good a nick as I'd like to see it in. And the last thing it really needs is A, to have a road smack bang through the middle of it, B, a large number of animals who are members of that population being displaced. They're going to lose their habitat, they're going to lose their homes. And we know, now history tells us, that we have to make decisions sometimes that are in the best interest of conservation. This is one of those examples where this population is so important that it needs to be protected, and we need that road moved. And if we can't get it moved, then this population does not have a very good future.
Well, thank you very much. Some very valid points from all of you. And now I'm going to ask you, what is the next step for this campaign and what should we do next?
Well, due to the significance of this koala population, it has triggered the Environmental Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act, the EPBC Act. So the Federal Environment Minister needs to make a determination on whether the impact is so significant he's going to himself ask the RMS to change the route options. So Steve and I have got an appointment with Greg Hunt in about 2.5 weeks' time. We'll be presenting the koala habitat study and various other reports and letters and support from a wide variety of community organisations, and we'll be personally asking Greg Hunt, as he should, as the Environment Minister, to uphold the intention of the EPBC Act and declare this area protected from the highway upgrade and ask the RMS to reconsider the route options. That's a major step. The other step is to get our local member, Don Page, to support the campaign and to present our petition in the New South Wales Parliament, and hopefully moving a private member's bill or calling on the government to change the route options. The RMS selected this route back when they were the RTA in 2004. The information that's been received since then is very important, and it warrants a change of the route. That's what the community's asking for. That's what we'll be presenting to the ministers, and hopefully they will be looking after the koalas and the biodiversity of this region and calling for the route which doesn't have to go through this area. That's the positive side of this story. There are other route options which are shorter highway length, cost less money and can be delivered quicker. So we're calling on them to do that, and we'll be presenting information which will hopefully convince them.
Well, Holly, what Jeff has just outlined is really, really important. But I think also we need to really demonstrate to the politicians that our Northern Rivers community really cares about these koalas, and are really upset that government is doing what it's doing and pursuing this wretched route. So I think what we should be doing is also creating opportunities for more community involvement. And we've got a few ideas about that, which of course include you.
Yeah, well, Holly, when I see all this sort of stuff happen, I've got to probably try and keep myself calm and relaxed, because I tend to get a bit angry about things like this. Yes, you get to a stage where enough's enough, and you've just seen enough. And this is one of those instances where we have all the information we need, the government has all the information it needs to make the right decision. There is only one right decision here. What they're going to try and do is they're going to try and convince everybody that it's okay. They're going to say, we're going to put in fences and we're going to put in underpasses, and don't you worry about these koalas, they'll be okay. And what everybody has to do is say, no, that's not enough. And it's not enough, because it's actually a fib. It's not really true. Animals are going to lose their homes, they're going to be run over on the road, all sorts of terrible things are going to happen. And so this is one of those times when our community and the state government and the federal government has to say, no, there is a line in the sand and it's now been crossed. So that's what everyone has to do. We have to engage harder and harder. We have to make our voices louder and louder. We must not accept that everything is going to be okay this time, because it just isn't.
Steve, we've got it. The RMS are using the example of their highway upgrade around the Bonneville region as an example of their care and protection of the koalas that were displaced from that route. Can you give us some information about what actually did happen to the koalas there, and as an example of what would likely occur here if this highway upgrade went ahead as planned?
Yes, Jeff, the issue down at Bonneville, and what happened there was a long-term study, and they came in ahead of the road being constructed, and they put radio collars on the koalas, and they followed them through the process of losing their habitat and getting displaced, setting up new home ranges, or what was left of their home ranges on either side of the new highway. And what they found was a large proportion of that population died, that the animals who were forced to live on the side of the road got sick, and many of them died. And so we turn, through this action, a healthy population into a sick population. And when you get a sick population, you have no baby koalas, and the population as a whole starts to decline. And that's what I was referring to earlier, and Jeff reminded me that government will tell you things that aren't necessarily true. And the situation down at Bonneville, it's a very sad story for koalas, and that's exactly what's going to happen here in Ballina if we let this go ahead.
Well, thank you very much all for talking to us today. And now I'm going to tell you some of the things I'm going to be doing to raise awareness and help this campaign. I'm going to be going to some of the schools around, and at their school assemblies I'm going to be doing some presentations about Save the Koalas, and we're actually having a Save the Koalas colouring competition and we're going to send it to the address of Don Page's office, and he'll get bombarded with all these Save the Koala colouring competitions, and that would be pretty cool. And also I'm writing a Save the Koalas rap, and would you all like to hear it right now?
Love to.
Okay, thanks. So what do you think happens when we take a koala home away? Let's see. Well, there you have it, folks. A wrap up to the Save the Ballina Koalas campaign. And now we're going to show you some ways that you can help out. Call these politicians' numbers because they can change the route. Call, email, keep ringing their office. Just keep doing it until they know that we mean business and until we can save the Ballina Koalas. Oh, hit it! Koalas are cool, koalas are nice. You gotta think hard, you gotta think twice about the situation of their population. You talk about the money and this and that, but it's really about their habitat. So come on everybody, say yeah, yeah, join in and save our koala bear. So come on everybody, save our furry friends. If this road goes ahead, it will be the end of their homes. Our friends just means to an end. So choose the other route, don't chop their homes down. Save the koalas, don't run them out of town. So come on, Don Page, do the right thing. Create a sanctuary, choose the other road, and thankfully, the koalas will be saved. One more time, yo! Okay. So come on, everybody, say yeah, yeah. Join in and save our koala bear. So come on, everybody, say yeah, yeah. Join in and save our koala bear, yo! Yeah! Look at that beautiful fur and the sharp claws. Who wouldn't want to save that?